Hi everyone, welcome. In this lesson, I'm going to be showing you how to format this matrix table that we've just created. And we are also going to be looking around this table, just playing around it with some filters and some slicers, just to show you how this works. So let's get into it. So I'll bring this table downwards a little bit, then I'll put like some slicers. This is slicer. So I want to see this by region. So region, bring my region in here. So this is just to play around it, so it's not by region. Let me increase this font size, the font size of the items. Take this to 13. Okay. So let me select China, for example. So this is the financials for China. So let me bring this for this particular organization, this financials for China, the China region. So Johannesburg. So this is the financials for Johannesburg. So depending on your country, so you can just look through to just see. You don't have to recreate this again. You don't have to recreate it. You can just click on it and just look through. So let me copy this slicer. Let me duplicate it. Okay. The topmost one, I'll make that country. So I'll come to fields. I'll put in country here. Take out region. Okay. And check this. So let me say Nigeria, for instance. In Nigeria, this is the financials for Nigeria. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regions. Let me select one region, for example. So we see the financials for that region. So with just this formula we've written, so with this formula that we wrote in the previous two lessons, you can see the power of this DAX formula, what we can do with this. So I change the filters. So let me change these filters. Let me change this to, let me leave region. Let me go to department or group. So I'm going to bring in the group division name right here. So corporate, for instance, you can see, okay, there is no revenue line along, they're just expenses. So largely these are just cost centers, as we most often refer to them as in organization. Inventory management, you can say no revenue piece. Packaging and logistics, quality assurance, they are not generating revenues, but they're spending. So sales and marketing are the ones generating revenue. So from sales, revenue comes from sales. So sales and marketing are generating the whole revenues for the organization. So training and development, so same story, no revenues. So if I uncheck the whole country, you can see everything for the whole organization. Then screening for Asia, for Europe, for Nigeria, for South Africa, you can see all the costs of training and development. Sales and marketing, you can see what sales and marketing are generating from each country. So we can be more creative and decide to just bring, so for the country, we can just decide to put the country here on the columns. So just depending on what you want to do, really. So let me unselect Asia, so we see the whole country all around here. So really interesting. So this before, in most cases, what people do with to get all this is to continue doing some additions, subtractions, and so along multiple Excel sheets, which will be very time consuming. So this is very great. So when we go to, you can see, so another comparison is when you want to compare to budgets. That is another thing entirely. So very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. So all this comparison to budgets and all this are available in our all-in-one Power BI course. So you can get that just to learn more. Okay. So that is it. I think I have my alarm ringing here. Let me take that off. Yeah. So So that is it. So a whole lot of things that you can do out of this. So you can also see it by ear. So that is another great dimension to see. So let's go to our dates table. Yeah. So put the year on the columns. You can see the dimension by year: 2014, 2015, 2016. So one thing I forgot to do. Yeah, I did it so out of the lesson. So you can also do it on your own when I share these files with you. I forgot to connect the dimension, the dim date, when on the data modeling table, but I just did it on my own. So you can also do it on your own. Just connect the date to date here, and yeah, the dates to the budget side in here. All right. So now let's format this metrics table. So to format any chart in Power BI, so all you have to do, so let me uncheck this. All you have to do is to come to your format. Upon clicking on the chart, you come to format. So you click on format. So this is how to format. For the style, I want to leave the style as default. Then the grid, so I want to turn on the vertical grid. So I also want to turn on the horizontal grid. So yeah, let me take this one off. Vertical grid on. So let me go down there. So I can change the grid color. Maybe I want to make the grid color slightly, maybe a darker blue. So yeah, let me leave it as 1. Then the horizontal grid, I turn it on. I make it a darker, that same blue as well. I leave it as 1, but the row padding, I change the row padding to 2, so it's more broader and bigger, right? So that is for the grid. The column headers, so let me make the font color white. The background color, I make it maybe let me look for a very dark blue color. So let me go with this purple. So very dark color, so that the background will come out. So another thing to do, my row headers, so the font color, I also make it white, and I change the background color to that same dark, is it purple or blue? So just a dark color, really. So I go down here. So the next thing is for the value side. So maybe I make the font color white again. So I make this background color maybe a lighter. Let me change this to a blue that is not that deep, maybe a purple that is not that deep. So this, yeah. So the alternate color, I make that white as well. Make the alternate color white. Then the background color, I make it something lighter than what it was before. Okay. So I'll still format this total when I get there. So I come to my subtotals. My subtotals are on. Yeah, I come to the font color and make it white. So okay, for the subtotals, I come down here to grand total, font color, I make it white. And okay, that has changed it here. So when I drill down, let's see what happens. Okay, and I drill down here as well. So yeah, you can see, let me drill down by subcategory. See, and this is how the just formatting the metrics to make it more beautiful, right? So there is one thing again I want to achieve. I want to achieve something like if I drill down, so all these colors here will come out. So this will be slightly different from all this will come out the same, and the header here will be slightly darker. So let me see, how should I do that? Okay, let me go to the subtotals. Subtotals, turn on. Okay, apply to labels. I think this is what I'm supposed to do. Apply to labels. So once I apply this to labels and I drill down, so all this will be thicker than the subs. So sub company sales, so trading sales. So that's just how to format this metrics table to make it more beautiful. Yeah, so row labels. Yeah, so this is just how to format your metrics table. So when I come to, I think when I come to themes, yeah, here I'm supposed to, okay, theme gallery, no, not theme gallery, sorry, come to themes, customize current theme. Okay, let me see if I change the color to let me change it to something. I'm just trying to see how I can switch in between colors. There's something like dark green. Yeah. So when I change the color, sure that one is taken down by color 6, I think, to a lighter green. Let's see what happens. So green. So let's apply. Okay, you see, it totally changes. So the color of the financials. So depending on what you want to see, you can go to where I went to, customize current theme, and just change this color 2 and color 6. So that brings out to what you want to. You can see it like in a different color. You can keep changing the color until you get to the kind of color you would prefer, yeah, to leave your financials as. So this is it. But we can also do some conditional formatting of the numbers, right? So if you come to P&L, we can do conditional formatting, font color. So we can say based on field value, you can pick our P&L measure, or we can use rules. So the rules will be based on P&L. So if it's less than, okay, let's change to number. So if this is greater than or equal to minimum number and is less than 0, so anything less than 0 should give us red. So let's pick this red. Then add new rule. If it's 0, it should give us something like amber, or instead of using color, let's use icons. I think icons is better. So icons is better. Let's go here, conditional formatting, icons. I think icons is better. So rules based on P&L. So we can pick any icon we want. So if it's 0 number and less than, if it's less than or equal to minimum and is less than 0, it should give us like a red icon. So like this, something like this. So if it's 0 number, it should give us something like flat. Okay, something like this. And if it's greater than 0, so we are doing values and totals. So if it's greater than 0 and it's less than maximum, should give us something like a green. I say okay, this green fine, or I'll use like this check mark and do okay. So you can see green gives us green mark and all of that. So if you are not pleased with this color, like I told you, you can go to your view, then you can go to customize current theme. So you can change your color too. Let me say I want this one to be in blue, color 2 to be blue, and color 6 to be blue, but a lighter blue. Yeah. So I apply. So this changes. Is that purple or blue? Okay, that's purple. So this changes. So that is it. So that'll be all for this lesson. So formatting and see how we can play with our finance table. That's all for this lesson. In the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to create static row level security. Thanks for watching. See you in the next lesson.